everyone, my name's Professor Turkington and I'm going to be your instructor for this upcoming course. I wanted to take just a quick minute to introduce the class to you and give you some tips and suggestions that will help you get the most out of your time and the course material. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing you want to take a look at when you enter the class through Canvas is to take a look at your assignment page. Here you are going to see a list of everything that we're going to be working on throughout the course. Obviously it starts with discussions, and we do have one of those each week of the course, but you'll also see the writing assignments that we have as well as the quizzes, and you'll be able to get links to those when the course does go live. So anything that you see here, you're going to be able to have the link to and check the dates. So right now this is just a shell. The dates will be populated in your specific course. I'm using this introduction for all of my lit courses, so be sure to come in and check your specific due dates. They'll appear here. I really encourage you to do this early so that you know what the general flow of the course is going to be like, so that you can plan everything from your study and your time writing and reading to vacations and other things, because obviously in a 16-week course, you're going to be doing a lot of other life activities in the meantime. So make sure you plan ahead and you reach out to me and say, hey, week 8, I'm going to be on vacation. Can you help me with XYZ or whatever? Because I'll be more than happy to help. But it's important that you plan ahead, especially in this long of a course. So come in and take a look at your assignments tab so that you really have a strong idea of what we're going to be doing as we work through the course material. And as with all other Canvas courses, you'll find your links here. The one that I want to point out right now is BrainFuse. I will be posting a BrainFuse tutorial video in a couple of weeks so that you have an idea of how to best use that. But remember that that is in your sidebar when you're logged into Canvas. The next thing that I want to point out that some students tend to get hung up on because I grade a little bit differently is with the discussions. So if you come to the announcements or check out the syllabus, and don't worry, this is downloadable, and I do post it with a larger image, so if you're having trouble reading this right now, don't worry, you can just download the PDF. But your discussions take place over a week, and they're worth 100 points. What I do is grade cumulatively and in an ongoing way. So what that means is that your first post is going to be worth 60% of your grade. So as soon as you post that during the week, you're going to see that you now have 60% of the points possible for that given week. Don't worry and say, oh no, I'm missing 40 points, why didn't I get full credit? The reason is because I grade as you do them throughout the week. I like to do this so that I can be more engaged in the discussions to see where everyone's at, because I check them pretty regularly to reply to you. So make sure you understand that the discussions are 60% for your first post, and then each reply to your peers or to me is worth 20 points each. So that's how you're going to reach 100 points by the end of the week. And I do realize that the last discussion isn't due until Sunday at midnight at the end of the week. So if you don't have 100 points by Sunday, don't worry, because Monday I go in and do the last bit of the grading that might have come up over the weekend. So if you don't see a full score even by Sunday, just hold off and make sure, at the end of Monday that your score is where it should be. And if it's not by then, you can go ahead and reach out to me. But just remember that it's a cumulative process. And I do this so that you have more incentive to be engaged in an ongoing way with the class, because the discussions are a really good place to learn from each other and to learn from me as well. I really feel that's where the sort of in-class time takes place in this digital class. So make sure you take a look at the syllabus here and the intro video. This will say literature, obviously, because I'm filming it now, and yes, that's sort of meta. But anyway, I will have this video posted here. So yes, if you're seeing this and then you're seeing this, I do understand that syllabus inception, but that's okay. So yeah, just take a look at all the material, and like I said, be sure to look at the assignments and the syllabus regularly so you know what to plan on. That way you're set up for success as best you can. And remember, always reach out to me early if you have any questions or need some assistance, because that's what I'm here to help you. The next thing I want to really quickly touch on is helpful links and resources that you can use throughout the class. Now, there are going to be videos on each of these that go in more depth and detail. For example, the library and BrainFuse will have their own dedicated videos that you can look at more, but this is just to kind of give you a quick overview of some of the tools that you can use no matter what sort of assignment you're working on, from quizzes to research papers to analyses to anything like that. So I just want to run through some of these, and as usual, they will be linked either in discussions and announcements or within their specific videos that come up throughout the course. The first one that I would like to point you to is the Purdue University, the Purdue OWL Writing Lab. This, besides the class material in Canvas, is going to be the absolute best resource you can use to answer any questions you have about writing and get any tips and tricks you might need for everything from doing research to MLA or APA format to grammar mistakes. You'll see that under the grammar section they have everything from how to write numbers to using pronouns to that versus which. They also have basic research papers that you can look at and examples. I'm not going to get into that. Like I said, right now, you can go in and play around on the website, but be sure to take advantage of the Purdue OWL, because anything you're going to need, any question you have, chances are you're going to be able to find the answer here, especially if you need some more help, something that's maybe not covered in a specific week's material. So take advantage of this. It's just owl.purdue.edu, and if you Google Purdue OWL, it'll come up just like this, and you can click on APA style guide or whatever you need. So all you need to do is just search Purdue OWL, and it'll take you to the writing lab. So be sure to take a look at that. That's really, really important no matter what you're writing or studying. And even if it's just for a quiz or a test or an assignment that you're not necessarily writing something, it will provide the information for you in a way that's really easy to digest. The next thing goes, the next thing that we want to look at is Canva. Now, Canva is a way that you can create infographics. I have done all of the syllabi and announcements for some of my other courses using Canva. It's very intuitive and simple to use. It's pretty much plug and play where you can just move things around. So this is just a template that I downloaded to use looking at another project I was using. But you'll see that when you look at it, when you're actually in Canva, you can move around any of the elements. You can type in what you want, so you can move around, type, adjust. You can adjust the font size for anything. Obviously, I'm butchering this specific one, but you have access to adding or removing images. This is a really great way to create infographics or to work with presentations that you might have to do. So be sure to take advantage of this if you don't like using, say, PowerPoint, or you don't want to try and do it in Word, or you don't want to use Photoshop to get really in-depth. Take a look at Canva, just search for canva.com, and you'll be able to find all of their templates and some tutorials and play around with that. The next thing that I want to suggest you look at is Mendeley. Mendeley, I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly, but this is a tool that helps you keep track of research sources. So obviously this has very niche use case for specific research and writing projects, but if you are looking to keep your citations and sources organized, Mendeley has a really good method of doing that. I'm not going to go through that. I mentioned that more in another video, but basically it allows you to input the information for your source, and it will output a citation and a reference list for that, and it will let you keep everything alphabetically or numerically organized in a single resource. And if you put the actual PDF or text into Mendeley, you'll actually have access to the entire document that you can then go ahead and make notes and marks just like you could in Word, or if you're reading a paper book. So it's really handy if you want to keep track of and make notes on your research. But again, this obviously only applies to specific research projects. The next thing that I want to point out is the library. Now you should have a library tab on your course. Again, this is just a general intro for all courses. Make sure you look for your specific course to see if and where the library resource is. But it will take you to something that looks similar to this. Obviously, I'm in my teacher profile, and it might look a little different to you compared to what yours looks like. But from here, you're going to be able to access the library. I use the Learn library most. And this is how you're going to have access to all of your research information through the library. Again, there will be a specific library video later, so don't worry if you don't completely understand this all at once. I just wanted to point that out as a quick example. The final study help that I want to point out is BrainFuse. As with the library, BrainFuse is going to be a link in your Canvas page sidebar in pretty much any class. So if for some reason you don't see it in this class, maybe check another one of your classes, but it should be there in just about every class. This is going to give you everything from tutoring help to a writing center and a writing lab where you'll actually get feedback on your paper, to flashcards and vocabulary, basically anything that you could need no matter the subject. So this is something that's going to be useful for every class, not just this specific class. And again, I do have a dedicated video on using this because it does have a lot of things that you can do with it, and there's too much to cover in just this quick video. But be sure to take a look at BrainFuse if you want a little bit of extra study help. Now, one other thing that I want to point out for doing any presentations and sharing information, because I know that sharing and uploading files just through Canvas can be a little bit tricky. I like to use what's called OBS, or Open Broadcast Software. That's what I use to record and upload all of my videos. It's obviously more in depth than just recording using your Windows or Mac camera feature. So this is something that if you want to get a little bit more creative, take a look at this. There are other tools and programs like OBS, but this happens to be my favorite, and it offers a really robust system that you can work with. Again, take a look at tutorials if you're interested in that. This is just to kind of cover some of the options and opportunities you have specifically for sharing your content that you create in this class with me and with your fellow students and classmates. So I hope that helps. Like I said, all the links will be either in this video or in upcoming videos, or there will be dedicated videos on each one of these. Specifically, the BrainFuse and library videos are going to be a little bit more in depth because those are likely to be the most useful for you. But if you have any questions about any of these, let me know, and I will be sure to answer them either in the comments or in class. Well, I hope the video helped you get a little bit better idea of what to expect from this class and how to succeed and how to use some of the resources that you have available through the school. Now, one thing I want to really quickly remind you is that I am here to help you. My goal is to help you to learn and grow and succeed in the course, so don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. I'm available through text, phone calls, and email pretty regularly. See the syllabus for exact details, but never be afraid of reaching out if you have any questions, and don't forget to rely on your fellow classmates because they are a great resource as well. So with that, I look forward to working with you in this class, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks!